My ungrateful son and his future in-laws decided to exclude my family from the wedding, so I evicted them from my house that they thought my son owned. My wife and I bought Evan a 4-bedroom house in Connecticut right after he finished graduate school. He wanted to stay local for a high-level job, and we figured it was a solid investment. We live in New York and work in the city, so it served as a weekend getaway for us, too. The arrangement was simple. We pay the mortgage, property taxes, insurance, and all maintenance. Evan covers the utilities and his own groceries. It worked perfectly for 3 years. Then he met Chloe. She seemed lovely at first, graceful, polite, and very driven. When they got engaged last spring, we were genuinely thrilled for him. She moved into the house, and we assumed we'd all become one big family. That's when my wife suggested a celebratory dinner. Let's do a catered garden party, she said. Break the ice before wedding planning gets intense. We drove up on a Saturday, organized the catering, and brought our daughter, Maya, who drove in from Boston. Chloe's parents and her 2 brothers arrived around noon. Everything seemed great. Her father and I discussed vintage watches. My wife and Chloe's mother were sharing garden tips in the sunroom. The brothers were chatting with Maya about travel plans. About an hour in, my wife and daughter went inside to grab more wine. They came back out 5 minutes later. My wife's face was completely pale. Maya was visibly shaking. We're leaving, my wife said firmly. Right now. I tried to ask what happened, but she just grabbed her bag and walked to the car. Maya followed. I made a quick excuse to the group, grabbed my keys, and left. The entire drive back to New York, they wouldn't speak. Finally, when we got home, Maya broke down. They don't want us at the wedding, Dad. None of us. My wife nodded, her eyes welling up. Chloe's mother said we aren't their caliber of people, that we'd be an embarrassment in front of their social circle. Evan was standing right there and didn't say a word. I felt my blood boil. What? Chloe said her family comes from a specific lineage and we're too new money. Her exact words were, they wouldn't understand the etiquette of a black tie event. I called Evan immediately. Evan, tell me what the hell is going on. He sighed as if I was being a burden. Dad, look, her family has certain expectations for the wedding. They don't think you guys would blend in with their network. It's nothing personal. Nothing personal? We're your parents. Dad, please don't make this a scene. You're uninvited. Mom, Maya, everyone. Just let it go. He hung up on me. I spent a week processing it. My wife cried every night. Maya stopped answering her brother's texts. Then I drove back to Connecticut. I didn't call ahead. I just showed up on a Tuesday afternoon. When I walked in, Chloe's entire family was there. Her father was lounging on my leather sofa watching the news. Her mother was directing a decorator to move the art. Her brothers were in the guest suites upstairs. They'd all moved in. Chloe's father looked up. What are you doing here? I came to speak with my son. He stood up. He's at the office and you need to leave. And this is our son-in-law's residence and you aren't welcome. Chloe's mother walked in from the dining room. You weren't invited. Evan told you to keep your distance. Something snapped. 30 days, I said calmly. All of you get out. Chloe's father laughed. Excuse me? You heard me. I'm selling this house. You have 30 days to vacate or I'll have the marshal remove you. Chloe's mother actually smirked. You can't kick us out of Evan's house. I pulled out my phone and showed her the digital copy of the property deed. See that name? That's mine, not Evan's. Mine. I own this house. Every mortgage payment, every tax bill, every renovation, all me. The smirk vanished. Evan has been living here rent-free as a gift, but gifts end when you disrespect my family. I walked to the counter where I'd left a broker's card that morning. The listing goes live tomorrow. Call your son-in-law and tell him he's got 30 days to find a new place to stay. I left. My phone exploded within 30 minutes. Evan called 8 times. Chloe called. Her parents called. I ignored them all. Nope. Finally, I answered when Evan called from his office. Dad, what are you doing to my house? Your house? Check the public records, son. You don't own anything. You can't just sell it. I live there. Actually, I can. It's my property. You were a guest. Guests who insult the host don't get to stay. This is insane. Where am I supposed to go? Figure it out. Maybe Chloe's family with their lineage and social standards can assist. 30 days. I hung up. Chloe's family moved out within 48 hours. Evan went with them. The house sold in 3 weeks. I made a significant profit. My wife and I took Maya on a luxury tour of Italy with some of the proceeds. Last week, Evan texted me, Dad, can we please talk? I left him on red.